Participate in a conversation with once conservative, now liberal Midwest mastered prepared special education high school teacher and a self-proclaimed devil's advocate, East Coast conservative liberal, baccalaureate prepared registered nurse. These two strangers met, became instant friends, and realized their conversations are candid and epic. So join us weekly, ask us questions, and listen to these profoundly candid friends try to solve the world's problems, one discussion at a time.
Hey. Welcome to another exciting episode of The New Theory with Monet and Jared, aka TNT with MJ. I am Jared.
I'm Monet.
And together we are teaching minds.
And nurturing souls.
And Monet, like I told you earlier in our pre-conversation, there's something that I really feel like I need to get off my chest. It just still amazes me, the number of people that are not wearing masks. You know, granted, our governor said that there's no longer state mandated mask.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, he did that back in March.
What?
But but he did say that the businesses still have the right to decide whether or not masks are required in their place of business. And Harps is one of those businesses that has nice big fucking signs that say mask required before entry, right? Yeah. Every time, I'm really just wanting to tell them, just like, it must be really nice to not give a fuck, right? That's got to be what.
And
that
don't
is.
You know how to read?
Just that, yeah, But I guess what they're completely fucking forgetting is that,
he's dropping F-bombs, y'all.
Yeah, I'm that
bad
pissed.
Habits rub off.
No.
Mm-hmm. He's that pissed.
Hey, I got. It's like, hey, come here. There's still a fucking pandemic. Just
right?
that type of thing.
Right.
Can
we just? We're doing good. Can we just mutually agree? Let's just wear them when we're in our own social settings. Take them off all you want. When you're at the restaurants that have adequate social distancing and ventilation, take them off while you're eating.
Absolutely.
But while we're out, because you uneducated fucking people, can you just realize that through this pandemic, there was one viral episode that happens every fall and winter that we did not experience. And it clearly shows that if you protect yourself, via these masks, at least you really lessen your chances of getting the flu.
Yeah.
So, we're the sheep, we're the bads, we're the, I don't care. I'm, you know what? Just let them have it. Let them have it.
But I stay in my lane. I keep my mouth shut. But I'm cussing.
Why argue with people? Well, how many people went viral saying they weren't wearing masks, and how many of those people died? Because there's so many that did die from the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And there's others that got terribly sick. And the hospital I'm working at right now, they're creating a building for COVID survivors that are coming up with all of these multiple health issues. They're now associating with the disease process of the illness.
Common sense, man. Common sense. But the problem with the common sense is that
it's not common.
There's got to be exactly. That, simply put. Yeah, what is your, I know you probably didn't watch it.
Nope.
But I know, obviously.
Yeah. I did watch that, though, ironically.
Okay. So
I watched the verdict itself.
So
you texted me at work.
Yeah, I did.
They're going to read it in an hour.
So what are your thoughts?
My pure, unadulterated thoughts and my feelings with regards to, because instantly, once they read the verdict, I texted on Facebook, now it's time to talk to your Black friends. Because what's happening within the minority community is validation, a quiet, subtle validation, like one of the cops finally got it. The irony is, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. The irony is, one, when you think of um, this case with Chauvin, you then start thinking it goes all the way back to Emmett Till for us. It's not just he's, you know, he was Eric Garner. He's Dante Wright. He's like, you think of all the incidents of police brutality that was publicly discussed, and then you start thinking of your personal. And for every one, there's at least 1,000 incidents of police brutality that have not been discussed or not making headlines. And it's like when you tell the majority of people in this country who happen to be white and some blacks and some minorities, some other minorities that just don't believe that there's a real problem, you know, you're met with what? For, you know, they need training. I mean, you could throw in their face like police derived from slave catchers, or back in England, you know, people that weren't paying their taxes. There was a group of people to go and hunt these people down to make sure that their taxes, or turn them into indentured servants, or, you know, establish them back as slaves. So their tactics were left to their own devices as long as the objective was dead or alive. I mean, like a heightened form of bounty hunter, a legalized form of bounty hunting. Okay. And it's like, oops, I killed him. Okay, what are the retributions for that? You may have to pay somebody, but that's it. You're paying for a life. Now, the response to Chauvin is now cops are becoming more aggressive, because in their line of work, they feel like they have to justify, I feel like my life is on the line. When, I mean, if somebody is wielding a weapon at you, I see where the weapon comes. But if there's no weapon, you should have no weapon. And you need to stop using intimidation and force. But their whole response is, well, because I'm a cop, I'm likely to get killed. What about all the cops that were killed? Okay, this is a vicious cycle of a society of people that have, and this is, I'm talking lower socioeconomic whites, and, you know, and then other minorities of lower socioeconomic status that feel like cops victimize them on a regular basis. So they're already, yet no, cops are not liked. And then you have everyday Black and brown people who, when they see those, the cranberry and berries, or whatever, blueberries, when you see the crimson tide, so to speak, the flashing lights, who just get kind of nervous, like what am I gonna get? What kind of cop am I gonna get? Because am I going to get a human being, or am I going to get like a charged up asshole that's going to want to use his authority to intimidate me and make me feel like, you know, I'm just a thing and not a person, who's not going to look at my life. Just like with that guy, that military guy, that lieutenant that got pulled over, that chose to do it right. He put himself in a bright area, and they were trying to do everything in their power. I don't know how many times both officers reached or had their hands on their weapons, on their gun, not the taser. Like they were like, please just do something so I can kill you. I'll mace you. I'll do ignorant shit, but give me an excuse to kill you. And he was still calm and go. And everybody's like, look, all the other, well, that's how, you know, those cops are wrong, but that's how you're supposed to act. No, what the fuck is how you're supposed to act? See, that shows your level of education, and that shows your ability to think. You're not thinking. Okay, I had a conversation with a man from Texas that's like, well, Dante, right, he shouldn't have went back. I don't give a fuck if he went back in the car. Then put your hand on your taser and get ready. Then, you know, tell him tase him. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Where is the? And so we're always hindsight and shit. We're always like, you know, Monday night quarterbacking. All right, on the bullshit that's happened. But the fact of the matter is, we've done enough Monday night quarterback, and we're done. Okay.
Yeah.
Be intelligent enough on how to communicate with people. People should not be dying if they're getting served warrants.
Yeah.
Warrant shouldn't be a death sentence. You are not the judge, jury, and the executor. You're supposed to give it. He got away. Okay, we'll try. We'll all try again another day. What is the warrant for? Drug charges? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Was it murder? Even still, it could be a lie. We don't know. But drug charges? Get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of this shit. But so then what do? You don't walk around as an angry black woman. You just kind of just fucking you put it in the Rolodex, file, 600,097, tuck it away, and then just say, hey, did the kids eat dinner today? Like, I gotta go food shopping, I gotta do laundry, I gotta take out the trash. You just try to press on and live this little bit of life you got here. This verdict is hope. But now it's like, why? We always hoping. We're dealing with a race of motherfucking people that don't want to learn from their mistakes. They don't want to be taught. They don't want to put themselves in the position where, no, you don't know. And you need to fucking know.
Yeah.
That this is wrong. No, your fucking ancestors weren't pioneers. Some of them were and did the right thing, but a lot of them were fucking assholes that robbed and pillaged and made people feel inferior so that they could feel superior.
Mm-hmm. Just to that point, I guess, of supremacy and where do we go from here? And
I mean, it looks like a retaliation now. While Chauvin wasn't in court, what are the cops doing?
Retaliation.
Yeah,
they were out killing because they're
still out killing people.
That was one of those interesting stats that I heard the other day. Listening to NPR, gotta love NPR. I love NPR. I love PBS. Mm-hmm. Anyway, since Chauvin, the first day of the Chauvin trial, which was about a month ago, there has been a person of color killed by the police at least once a day.
That's an atrocity. How many white people and Asian people are being killed by the cops a day? I'm asking.
I don't know. Why don't you ask that guy who went into a shopping center or a grocery store and killed 10 people, but came out with a leg wound?
Yeah, right. Oh, that's right. I forgot. White people are dying by white people's hands that are not cops, that are allowed to just go and 8 to 10 hours later purchase a gun and mow people down. The thing is, I don't want to deal with it, is what this gun control shit sounds like to me. We don't want to deal with that. The cart is so far away from the horse. I'm tired of hearing that shit. Mm. If it takes me, I gotta wait 90 days or whatever to get I gotta get my permit first. Then I gotta prove to the state authority that I can be behind the wheel without killing myself or somebody else. And then I get to get my license.
But I can buy a gun kit and put that together. I can buy a gun kit on the internet, have that shipped to me, and then I can be able to put that together. And I don't have to register that shit because, hey, it wasn't assembled when I bought it. No, so
it was something
and then now I'm free to go and do and kill as I please.
Yeah. But more drunk drivers kill. Fuck you. No, I don't think so. I know I was raised in a home where I was taught values. Okay. Yeah. And in certain things, maybe a little skewed to others, but we have to acknowledge there's a problem in our country. We have a problem. And we are not addressing it because people want to make money. They want to capitalize off of this problem.
Mm-hmm. 74-year-old grandmother being dragged out of her house for protecting her grandkid.
And getting her arm broken.
Yet all the while she's asking to see the warrant and the cops aren't providing the warrant.
Because they don't have one.
Yeah, then find some bullshit excuse to enter the house with a gun's drawn. I see a gun, so that gave him probable cause. Another 73-year-old grandmother who's walking along the highway gets her arm broken by the police.
What are y'all doing? She has dementia. Y'all didn't know that?
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah.
Oh, but if you had proper training and education, you would have been like, hey, this woman's not Okay, this is not normal.
Yeah, I need to approach this a
Let's
different
help her
way.
out. Yeah, let's get people here that can help her, or maybe we can find out who her family is. Something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you could have started with, "What's your name?"
Hey, how are you? Is everything okay?
Well, he started out with, "Everything's okay. Are you all right?" Trying to. She's like, a big smile on her face.
Exactly.
And goes back to cusping her hands and just
minding her own fucking
minding her
business.
business and just going along.
Why you got to throw her to the ground?
Yeah.
What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah. Continuing the theme of does not make sense. And police use of deadly force. In the case of Adam Toledo, so the officer who killed him, like flat out killed the guy. I mean, kid is doing this. He's complying.
That fucking word.
Kind of throws it in the face of that comply don't die bullshit, right? So he's complying. Granted, it took him a minute to comply, but they were both running. So just saying, he finally stops. He starts to turn as he's lifting his hands, and before he can finish full stop, pow, pow. And so the cop, the murderer, listed himself as a victim in the incident report.
How?
Because there was a gun displayed but not used. That's in the official incident report. Yeah, exactly. You tell me. Yeah.
That's bullshit. But Jared.
And that's how he's going to get away with.
I hope not, but whatever.
Oh, I hope not. Yeah, I hope not either.
I mean, it's getting like, these motherfuckers got to live with themselves. They got to live with themselves. Yeah. Is he still on the force? Is he still?
As far as I know, he's on administrative leave. Which is typical of any officer involved shooting. The officers involved are on administrative leave while the investigation's going on. But he's getting paid.
Of course, and that man is gone off this planet.
Words can't even, and just, you're an ass. You're just a straight up ass to kill a kid and then put your adult self, but just using a low down dirty trick, because that's what it is. Talking about trying to, hey, look here, Santa Claus is real.
Our theory. This is our theory, Jared. Nobody else is talking about it. It's like unearthing a can of worms that the world's not ready for.
Yeah.
Recognizing how our society was raised with all the bullshit ass lies. I remember the phrase Indian giver. I do remember it used so prolifically. And then by the time I was 20, I was like, they don't like being called Indian. They're Native Americans. But not fully understanding what the hell, why we came up with that terminology, because it was fed to us that, they're not trustworthy. They give and then they want to take away because you broke your treaty and they want it back. Oh, but you're negating to tell that part. You don't want to tell that part. You want to always paint us as the victor, always portray us as being like, like everybody was against us and we were bad. They were bad and they had to be, victimized. They had their kindness and their peaceful way of living had to be corrupted. And then you find it in violation and say wrong. And it's like, well, we won. You were weaker. We were stronger. You know what? If your sign of weakness is totally based on being undermining and underhanding and lying and corrupt and full of corrupt and not having a fair fight or not being, then I guess you know what, you're right. Because when that shit happens to now those descendants ancestors, those descendants offspring, which is you motherfuckers right now, you're not gonna like that.
You don't want that to happen to you, do you? You want it to be on the up and up and play by the rules. Guess what?
Written by
Bitch.
whom?
Exactly. Santa Claus isn't real. And the rules were fucking whatever the fuck you wanted it. Just like what the fuck is going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
You're full of shit. You're fucking liars. Rich people. I believe in the constitutions. There's a level, there's a sense of responsibility in the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't agree with it because they say it was written by a whole bunch of rich men. But I believe their intent was to speak for all because they were once subservient to an organization, basically. The royals, you know? And they don't want anybody to feel inferior. But the reality is they just
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
What? Go come on with me with the Constitution. Let's hear it. Talking to this Philly girl.
Go back to. I mean, you've seen the depictions, right? And you've seen this, and you've seen the number of signatures, right? Who's all signed it, right?
I saw Hamilton, by the way, but go ahead.
Oh no, that was a beautiful play. I mean, that's
beautiful play.
Musical. Yeah, it was
beautiful
awesome.
play.
It was awesome. No,
I fell in love with it.
Yeah, no. The guy's name is on the tip of my tongue, and I can't.
Are you talking
He's
about
a hell of a
Puerto
writer.
Rican guy?
He's a hell of a writer. Yeah. At any rate, those are white rich men.
Yes, they were white rich men that said
slave owners to boot.
Most of them.
Yeah. In fact, the writer.
But you have to remember, yeah, right. You have to remember they didn't think that the slaves were humans. They only looked at all men. So.
Okay.
They were not writing it with the slaves in mind because the slaves weren't human. They were their servants. They were their property, like my cat, like your dog.
Yeah.
They have no rights. So we're not writing for them. And God knows in our lifetime, we would never see them become equal.
Yeah. So going back to what you were saying about the Constitution, you believe in...
I believe when you read just the principles of it, they wanted fairness. This is me being the eternal optimist. Yeah. This is me being, like, I believe in the essence of goodness in all. And when you don't know what you're doing, you can't be faulted for it in a sense. Case in point. But when you know what you're doing, they thought that they were writing a document that totally just like thumbed up the nose to the British hierarchy, and they wanted to get rid of the royals with some undertone for themselves to say, hey, we want to keep our wealth, though. If I had the choice, I probably would do the same thing. But living life taught me that I don't care how much money you have.
Yeah.
At the end, we're all going to die.
Yeah.
So it's definitely how you live your life. And if you're living it, fulfilling goodness, kindness, and love, then you're doing the right thing. Jared, this is a somber conversation because we're proving that America's not ready. They're not ready for this level of change. This is almost like if we didn't have this podcast, they're still going to do the same fucking thing. It's such a huge cog to change. It literally, our only hopes and prayers is that one little person at a time is going to be like, flip over in a sense and be like, wait, this is all, our system is terribly fucked up. We've lied to our children. Our parents didn't know any better, so they kept feeding us the same bullshit. And we thought under those, I can go real deep with this shit with regards to how now they've turned Christianity into a form of, a form of the hypocrisy. And so it all goes back to, look, America, there's no such thing as Santa Claus. You don't even wrap this fallacy, this ideology into your fucking religion.
Mm-hmm.
When it's supposed to be the birth of fucking one of your Lord and Savior. Your Lord and Savior.
One of your okay.
Lord, yeah, right. I know I had to think about it. I forgot what religion I'm talking about. For
that's
second.
funny.
And you now wrapped it and commercialized it.
Mm-hmm.
To now where everybody then can celebrate it because it's just, it's just a fascist holiday. It's just all about consumerism. They call the day after day after Thanksgiving Black Friday because the consumerism, the greed and gluttony. I mean, I feel like that poor holiday has now been circled around every form of depravity, including lying to your children.
It actually has a racist background, actually.
I bet. Well, I mean, it says businesses were once in the red and they go in the black, which means good financially.
That's
what they tell us.
It morphed into that.
See, I'm done. Look, Jared. And it's like, well, then what do we do from there? If you take away all these things and you enlighten us, then how are we going to live? We're going to fucking walk around and smile and say hi to each other and speak up when we see dumb shit happening and not do dumb shit. We're going to be fucking grateful to be able to still breathe, okay? And influence the world with positivity and goodness. There's so much to fucking do. How about that, you ignorant motherfuckers? Let's be fucking happy.
I'm sorry. I'm only laughing because 10 seconds earlier, you just started talking about filling the world with positivity and good.
Well, sometimes you gotta use a little.
You just gotta be real forceful with that shit.
You're fucking right, goddamn it! You're gonna be happy, mother. How many times you see people at Disney World? Bitch, I paid a lot for this shit. You're gonna be grateful. So let me stop.
Yeah.
We have enough. Can I just say, taking from the fact that I'm working in the ER in New York, right now, and we didn't discuss this prior. Maybe we touched on it a little bit. Jared, I'm fucked in the head right now.
Mm.
I love nursing,
mm-hmm.
but a lot of diagnoses are happening right in front of my face.
Mm.
I've seen cancer. I don't work on oncology for it, but I'm doing a lot of, damn, you got Mets to the what? And I gotta tell them, because this is what the report just came back. Doc's about to come.
Wow.
I'm drawing your blood to find out. I'm sending you to CT and ultrasound. Look inside. Like, these people are really, 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 really sick.
Yeah.
Hundreds. My ER now takes over 200 people.
That's crazy.
It's fucking mind-boggling. And they're all sick. And guess what they scream? Nurse. And we wear specific colors. And guess who has to answer? It's not overwhelming to the point where I can't do my job. And I'm able to compartmentalize and learn how to just say, okay, we're not dealing with that right now, and enjoy and love. But yes, there's times that mentally I do revisit it, I guess, within the past month. I have done a lot of reflection and realizing what's important in life. That's the comeback. Investing with the ones I love, telling them often how much I care about them. Fulfilling my life's dreams and purpose, I feel, and not stopping.
Yeah.
Doing the best I can do. People are like, I want to do. You are doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it. Be good. Be kind every day. Smile. Okay, we can't because we have masks on. But when we can, smile.
Yeah,
this woman told me, I could tell your smile from under that mask. I think it's my eyes get real slick. Okay.
Yeah, I got crow's feet.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So they say.
So it's called, I guess. I don't believe it. You're so damn young.
Oh, shut that shit up.
This love, this communication. I'm serious. I love it.
Shit, you're not even a decade older than me. Let's just shut
I know, not yet. Not yet.
What do you mean not yet? It ain't ever going to happen. What are you talking about?
I know, right?
Mathematically impossible.
I'm a nurse. I say shit about counting. So let me stop. No, nurses count a lot. I think. So let me stop.
That's funny. Man, sometimes just guess. It's you get just use. Yeah, it's about 90.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll just round it up. Look.
Yeah, about.
It's a beginning.
Yeah.
It's a beginning. The laughing, all of that. Those I'd rather crave those things, do those things, than sit here. I mean, yes, we talk about the current affairs not because we have to, because we want to. This is our time capsule that we hope reaches people, and we hope enlightens people. We hope wakes up people, and the objective is to fulfill, your desire of goodness. Because goodness is surrounded by, love and happiness and laughter and you know what I'm saying? And it's not, and sometimes things aren't laughable, and sometimes things aren't full of goodness. Well, then we have to learn how to deal with those tragedies so that we can get back to the goodness, because life ebbs and flows like the ocean and the day and the night. It's all around us. Okay. It's always going to constantly change. I get it. I am never going to live this second again. Okay. It's gone. But this one is coming and it's new and I'm here. So what am I going to do with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We hope that this podcast inspires people to realize, wait, you mean to tell me that when I give out goodness, goodness comes back to me? Real shit. It's a mathematical equation that's real. And we're in a testament. We both have our own stories. Jared has a bigger story than mine, everybody. Just saying. But
I will neither concede nor deny that.
Is that right? But I mean,
not concede. That's redundant. I will neither confirm nor deny that. There we go.
There you go. I will neither confirm it, but I was co-signing whatever the fuck you said.
It sounded good. That's what matters.
It sounded good. That's the point. It's because we hit some people. But look, even that perfection is an illusion.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah.
There's no such thing as Santa Claus. I'm just letting people know.
And then that's kind of where I would come in and just like, yo, here's why Santa Claus does not exist. And I would just lay it out to you. And from there, then we can reach a mutual agreement. We can reach that mutual appreciation, that mutual respect, and be able to move on in positivity and, as you put it, goodness and love.
Yes, Jared. The whole ideology about disproving, this I'm going to call it a colloquialism of the belief in this system, is like you're telling people all of our history has to be rewritten. Damn, Santa Claus don't exist. We're telling Americans.
I don't know about rewritten. Let's just add to it. Has to be. Just add to it.
It's like everything has to have an addendum then. Everything has to have like, okay, well, this is what we were told. This highlighted portion was true, but it was only true because of, and that's what I'm saying, because then
I would put it like flat out into the text, like, well, boom, 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 boom,
however it's written,
cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect, cause
exactly.
And effect,
But the thing is, for them to grasp, okay, so what is it called? The something Trail of Tears. They touch on that, maybe like a little paragraph.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's that. Like. But hold on, the whole ideology was because we were better than them. And it's like, no. We heard about the smallpox and they're like, oh, that's bad. It got worse. You're poisoning water sources. Y'all were poisoning water sources. You were infecting their livestock and then literally salting some of their land. Like, do you understand how profound that act is? But you want to call that winning? That's not winning.
Yeah.
You're saying winning by any means necessary. It makes it win. And you're going to co-sign that? Let me tell you something. I don't want my grandchildren to suffer.
What if the shoe was on the other foot?
Thank you. And what's going to happen? If it is to happen now, do you want that to happen to you? Oh, because this is what critical thinking does. We
Mhm.
don't just think for the instantaneous. We think for the long haul. You wrote this history text for your fucking own amusement, man. There's
Mhm.
no such thing as Santa Claus. Let's talk that shit, man.
Yeah.
This is not amusement. This is real. These were real lives affected, cultural, and which established these bias that we have. Term Indian giver. Yo, that shit is resonating with me. You told me that, not you.
Yeah.
Society told us that. This is an interesting, somber week.
I was hoping to be able to get into Stacey Abrams and Brian Kemp.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Because that's something I'm not aware of. I'm not kept, I kind of brag that I try to be in the know, that I'm in the know, that I
You
watch
are in the know.
I don't know about this.
Well, he was basically asking her what's wrong with the legislation besides, some things, and she was like, "Oh, y'all didn't know I was ready for this answer."
Mm.
Look, we got that. We can talk about that. Did you know there's a Black organization called APOC or Ancestors? Oh wait, APOS, Ancestors of ABOS. I don't know, Black slaves, like people like me,
Mm-hmm.
Black Americans who feel as though that Black Africans are reaping the benefits of my ancestors and then criticizing me for being a Black American, a quote unquote lazy Black person.
Mm.
So this organization wants to boot out all these British actors that are playing these roles of Black slaves, but these roles are going to foreigners, dark-skinned foreigners, Black foreigners, as opposed to utilizing homegrown actors, American actors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not even that. It's like it's an organization that wants to educate the world because, case in point, and it's true, if I were to go to Africa, I would get treated well because I'm American. But if you were to go to Africa being a white man, they would like literally kiss your ass from the moment you stepped off the plane, because they were taught in their history books in Africa that I'm an indigent, I'm a reject, and I'm lazy,
Mm.
and a rebel rouser, and rowdy, and you are a good white man.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Those are cultural bias that need to be discussed. And mind you, most of these minorities in this country, Southeast Asian, African, are reaping the benefits of what my literal ancestors did with the marches and everything like that. We've talked about it briefly, but then they're also getting the scholarships for minorities that are designed. It should be specified for American minorities because it's out there for my people to reap the benefits, considering they were just literally let off the plantation and said, figure it out. And FYI, we got these Jim Crow ass laws that'll keep you in servitude for centuries to come, for decades to come.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they're being identified as a minority because they come from African descent. They were born there, or their parents were born there, like one generation away. Whereas I am my last name is Washington. We've talked about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it
that's
did not
missed
come.
on me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does not come from England. Okay, people. That's not the Washington. My ancestors, literally, my grandmother was raised in the Virginia, Maryland area.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So with that being said.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Always.
All right. Well, with that being said, we're going to have to call it a night. We're at our time.
For sure.
In fact, we're just a little bit over our time. Not too bad. So hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Please spread the word about us. You can find us on just about anywhere you can get your podcasts. You can find us on Spreaker, Google, Spotify. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. But we're also we're also looking to get donations, if you will. We do want to make this. We are serious about making this a full-time venture, despite our crazy my crazy end of the year schedule, because I am a teacher, and then Monet's new schedule at her new position, which is just awesome. But we are wanting to make this more full-time. So with that being said, it does take a little bit of help. So if you are a fan of the show and are interested, we would appreciate your minimum monthly donation on Patreon. $6 a month will get you ad-free, unedited, early access to our podcast. And last I heard, Monet is still working on the merch. So that's also coming down the pipe, if you will.
God, can we not talk about it until... Because they'll be like, that was like 6 episodes. Look, it's all about
6 episodes
guys.
is 6 weeks. That's barely 2 months. Give me a break.
Right. Thank you. See, don't be messing my hardware right here. My hardware,
Calm down.
I'm telling you. It's like,
We're getting there. It's a collaborative effort. There. You know,
it is. It's big.
About 1,000 miles apart. Anyway. All right. Again, hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to having you guys join us next week. If you've got any questions or want to hit us up, you can hit us up on our Facebook page, TNT with MJ, or you can email us at tntwithmj@gmail.com. That's TNT with MJ@gmail.com. So that last word, Monet.
Just want to say, please continue to love one another. Find the goodness within yourself. Think about things before you react to them. And then have a conversation with someone that is enlightening and full of love. And to that, we all say bye.